So last year I decided to learn a new language, but I was so much confused which one to learn. And I asked one of my teachers, and she recommended me to learn this ancient language called Farsi and also known as Persian. It's an Indo European language and it is mainly spoken in Iran. This learning journey was pretty simple and pretty easy for me because as Urdu and Persian both are Indo-European language and I'm an Urdu native speaker, and Urdu is a combination of languages and Persian is also included in this combination of languages. And Urdu and Persian are distinct languages and pretty similar to each other, so it was not really difficult for me to learn this language. And there's also very little difference in Urdu alphabet and Persian alphabet. The difference is that there are some letters in Urdu alphabet that are not in Persian alphabet that were added after it was made. And as you can see, this is the Urdu alphabet, and it will be a little difficult for you to read this if you are not an Urdu speaker or not an Persian or Arabic speaker. And this is the Persian alphabet, which is pretty similar and same to Urdu alphabet. You can see the difference is almost negligible. I dedicated my first 2 weeks to learning new and most frequent Persian words, and it was not really difficult for me to learn because I think 50% of those words I already knew them, and it was not really difficult. I'm gonna say it again and again because it was not really difficult. And if you are an Urdu speaker and you want to learn this ancient language, it is literally very easy. Just get started. Getting started is the most hardest and difficult point, but when you get started, everything becomes easy and you will not even know when the end will come. And let's get back to Persian. Persian is really easy, and don't think that if you are not a native Urdu speaker or if you don't know any Urdu, don't think that you cannot learn this language. You can learn it. Then came the second 2 weeks of my learning journey. I dedicated those 2 weeks to learning the sentence formation in Persian and the grammar and the tenses in Persian, and they were like 10% difficult for me because I don't really know much about Urdu grammar, so it was a little difficult for me to get started with Persian grammar. And there are like 7 or maybe like 10 tenses in Persian, and those tenses are called Gardan, and each tense has its own formation, and it was really easy but a little difficult as well for me to get started. But when I got started, it became easy and more comfortable for me. As we all know, reading is really important when you are learning a language. And when I started learning English, I read a lot and I tried to read a lot in the journey of learning Persian as well. And apart from reading, I watched videos, Persian short stories videos in Persian, and many movies in Persian, and a legendary movie, you may guess that, yes, the Kite Runner in Persian as well. But I was not able to understand all of the Persian that was being spoken in that movie, but I could understand some of the words and some of the sentences in that movie, and I got to learn a lot. And reading is literally foundation of language learning. If you don't read, if you will not read when you're learning a language, then you're gonna miss out almost 40% of a language and its vocabulary. Then came the first 2 weeks of this journey. I dedicated those 2 weeks to writing. I wrote anything. I wrote about anything. I wrote about what I did in a day. I wrote about myself, my friends, my school, my family, my parents, my siblings, my sister. And it was fun. It was amazing. And let me tell you that when you're learning a language, you're not just learning a language, it's grammar, but you're also exploring a culture, a nation, and you're exploring that language. And if you want to learn a language, just remember that learning a language is not difficult. Then what's difficult? Beginning, getting started is the most difficult point when you're learning something new. And remember, learners, every time you're learning something, you cannot expertise, you're not gonna get expert in that particular free field. You're just gonna improve, improve, and improve. And man إنج خستم طاعين دنيا رتغير دحم. Can you guess what I said in Persian right now?